Activate the cave. Welcome to the cave of the dog shark.
Hello. We're doing something a little bit different today. Today we're going on a guitar safari. Means we're going out on the road today to acquire a new guitar. I'm quite excited about this one. This is a guitar that I've talked about in the past on videos, and I've shown pictures of. It's a guitar that I had when I was much younger. Specifically, it's a late 80s, I believe, E-series Fender Stratocaster, made in Japan, what's called an ST67. So yeah, I'm in the car. I'm just about to head out on the road. Got my coffee there, and I can't get that back in the cup holder. There we go. Quite excited. Gonna get on the road now, and I'll probably check in with you shortly. All right, bye. Right, so deal done. I'm back in my car now. I'm in a random location where I've stopped to film, but I've got the guitar. She's in the back in the case. I'm not going to do any showing off right now. I'm going to make my way back home to the cave, where I'll be busting her out and letting you have a look. So yeah. Can't wait, I'm quite excited. Hey up! We're back in the cave now, so there it is, and I'm about to open it up for the first time at home. Obviously I have seen the thing, but I wanted to do this little reveal. So anyway, without further ado, let's have a little look at our new guitar. Hello, how are you? Well, I rub my hand, I can't help rubbing my hands, it's just delicious. Whoa. Whoa, look at this thing. Oh, it's glorious. Olympic white, ST67, made in Japan. It's got an E serial number, I don't know if you can see that, E serial number. But yeah, I mean, she's in great condition. I mean, she's a 30 odd year old guitar now. Yes, there's, when you look closely, there are a few battle scars, but specifically the things I really like about this one, the ST67, are the neck, specifically is a maple cap neck. Which means you don't get the skunk stripe on the back, so you get that nice clean maple neck, and no truss rod at on the headstock either. So super clean looking neck. The truss rod adjust is at the heel of the neck there. But the great thing about this is whoever's had it, apparently one owner. It's completely unmolested, nothing been changed. It's completely bone stock. It's fabulous, and the neck feels lovely. Absolutely lovely. But it has that, even acoustically, it has that sort of quality ring to it that you get with some guitars. They just sound nice even unplugged. But yeah, I love how the plastics have kind of you know, discoloured over the years. But yeah, we're very happy, very happy indeed. So next thing is to get it on the bench over there, and take this thing apart and just get a look at the guts and see what's going on. Right then, so here we are. She's on the bench. So I'll be honest with you, it's not set up properly at all, this thing. But boy, is this thing in beautiful condition for its age. I mean, the neck is absolutely beautiful. It's like it's hardly ever been played, and there's barely a scratch or a scrape on it. It looks almost as new, but it does have a worn-in feel too somehow, and all original as well from what I can tell so far. But that's what we're interested in finding out now. We're gonna strip this thing down, take this thing apart. We're gonna get a look at all the little nooks and crannies, the in bits and out bits, and see what we're working with. So yeah, I'm gonna start taking this thing apart and let's see what we find that's interesting. All right. Right, so a little bit of a reveal now to see what's going on. So this is what I wanted to see. We've got the factory stamp in the neck pocket there. Let's see if you can see that. It says STB 67EX. So more interesting Fendery type stuff. We've got the neck. Okay, so something a little bit odd happening here. It's quite obviously a made in Japan E serial number, which should date it to about somewhere between 1984 and 1987, if you can see that. But then, right on the heel, in what looks like pencil, somebody has drawn 426 and what looks like 89. Show you that. Can you see? Can you see that? So, I wondered about this because the guy advertised this as an 89 E-Series. But it shouldn't be. If it's an E-Series, it should be 84 to 87. So, yeah, still a bit of a mystery there, what's going on. Is this an 84 to 87 E-Series? Or is it an 89? So I'm going to do a little bit more research into that, maybe tap into some of the community resources and get some experts out there to give me a bit of advice on that, and then I can be an expert about such matters. But for the time being, I'm going to keep going and pulling this apart, and you never know, underneath it here we might find something else. So I'm just going to pop this over here out of the way, and let's start pulling the pick guard. I have to say, the body on this thing is so nicely made, but there is absolutely zero markings on the inside of the body apart from what's on the inside of the neck pocket there. I really love how this thing has yellowed as well over the years. This being a Hendrix Woodstock E type guitar, there's only one modification at this point in time that I'm going to do to it. Well, other than I've put strap locks on it. So there we go, a couple of extra springs in the back. That will completely deck the trem. That means the tremolo will sit flat against the body of the guitar. You can still use it. There's a hell of a lot more resistance though with the extra springs. But it also means you get a bit of extra added tuning stability. Right, so here we are some time later, because I had to take a break in videoing this and do some research into this thing, because it has a certain serial number which, according to a lot of resources, a lot of data, dates it to a certain time period, somewhere between 1984 and 1987. However, none of we saw on the heel of the neck how it has a scribe date of April 1989, and I've kind of put the feelers out there and into, like, you know, the Strat community, or specifically the Japanese Fender community, and got some feedback from some people, and it seems to be generally considered that Japan adopted a similar serial number sort of policy, if you want to call it that, to what the Americans did, in the sense that the E stands for 80s, and the number that immediately follows it is the year of that decade. So the serial number on this being E9, that tallies with what we're seeing. I'm really, really happy. So yeah, 1989. We've seemed to have confirmed that. Now, the next thing that kind of stood out to me was the pickups. Now, you can find online all the previous Fender catalogues, specifically the Japanese ones, and on that, it lists a bit of spec about this thing. This guitar, the catalogue lists this guitar as having USA pickups, specifically what they refer to as vintage, ST vintage USA pickups. And okay, so that's kind of a plus, right? I mean, that's definitely a bonus, but I spotted something what I thought was quite unusual with these things. Now, vintage pickups, to me, every time I've seen a vintage style pickup, it has what are called staggered pole pieces. But we're talking about the little metal bits, the little magnets in the centre of the pickups. Typically speaking, on a vintage set, those would be of different heights for different strings. But when I've got a close look at these, what I'm actually seeing is very flat, completely level pole pieces across the whole pickup, which kind of was what made me question what's going on with the pickups. And again, having done a little bit of research into what Fender were putting into their American guitars at that period, I found a whole bunch of 89 American standards that I got some really good pictures of, and you can quite clearly see on the American ones at the time they were using pickups with the flat pole pieces, and everything else kind of checks out as well. They look like them, they've got the same kind of construction overall. So I think at this point I'm quite confident as well that they are the original pickups, the American ones, albeit the ones that they were putting into American standards. Not quite sure you can qualify that as vintage, as the catalogue says they should be, but they do seem to be US pickups. So what we seem to have here is a completely original, unmolested, 31-year-old, beautiful Fender Stratocaster made in Japan. 31 years and this thing's never had anything changed on it. That's quite incredible, really, and I'm extremely happy with that. It's the exact guitar I had 20 some years ago. I think this one's probably a little bit better than the one I had back then. The one I had back then was a mid to late 90s model and probably didn't have as nice pickups in it, or just might not necessarily have had as tidy a build quality. I think I want to give it a little play and show you how it sounds. I mean, I've done the full setup on this. It's had new strings go on now. It's had a good clean overall. We've done the action. We've done all the intonation, and we've leveled all the pickups, got them all balanced, and so this thing is 100% ready to go, ready to play. Beautiful, all original, nothing's changed, everything's like it was from factory. And I'm really happy about that. It's turned out to be a very fulfilling experience, and I'm extremely happy. Right, so here she is. We're all plugged in. So I thought I'd just give it a little play and just show you what she sounds like. Please bear in mind on these videos that I'm not as professional as a YouTuber as some of the ones out there. So literally, I'm just using the mic on the camera, and I've just got it running through a little tube amp. Just a tiny amount of gain on it, and so yeah, here we are on the neck position, the neck pickup. Sounds lovely. sounds quite stratty, doesn't it? Sounds very nice. We've got a tiny amount of reverb on there as well. Let's go to the next pickup position. 5-way switching on this thing. So the next one is the neck and the middle pickups, and it's got that sort of classic. Yeah, it's got that sort of twang on it, hasn't it? Whoops, if I played the right notes, maybe. So yeah, it sounds really nice. Let's have a listen to the middle. Now, middle, typically you get quite a quacky sound when you clean, so yes. It's quacking like a duck. Very nice, very, very nice. Alright, next one. We're down to the bridge and the middle pickup, and again, quite a classic stratty sound with the combination of the pickups. Yeah, it does all the things and the stuff. And then last but not least, probably my least favourite pickup on a Strat, the one I tend to use the least, unless I'm driving things hard, is the bridge pickup. Yeah, it's very bright. A lot of top end going on. But yeah, sounds great. Let's put a bit of dirt on things, shall we? We'll just stick a little bit of tube screamer in front. Tube screamers up on full, and using just standard clipping. So let's go back to the neck. Yeah. Oh, what I would also say as well, 7.25 inch radius neck on this thing, so of course it's had to have the right action set up on it to allow for overbending. Anyone who's had a you know, the 7.25 radius will probably know if you set your action too low, then you fret out when you try and do a reasonably aggressive bend. Certainly on the B string, it's got more radius to get up to where it needs to be. So yeah, typically the action on these has to be well radiused on the bridge itself, and set just that little bit higher than perhaps some guitar players might like. It is a lifestyle choice, 7.25 inch radius. You know, maybe more your technical guitar players like a flatter radius, so they can they can do a lot of the more complex sort of stuff, but I don't mind it. I really don't. What about the middle one? Okay, yeah, a little bit of trower on that for you. It's lovely, isn't it? It's just sounds great. Well, that's the next combination, pickup combination, middle and bridge, yeah. neck, bridge, sorry. It's gonna give me tinnitus. Right, so, well pleased Japanese Fender Stratocaster from 1989, and yeah, has USA pickups in it, big old fucking fat CBS era headstock. Just look at this thing. It's fucking got Hendrix at Woodstock written literally all over it. Thanks for watching. Another boring video of me mucking about with guitars and talking shite and just showing off another guitar. Maybe I'll do something a bit different next time. Maybe we'll get back doing some pedal stuff, I don't know. But looks like we're about to head back down into lockdown again, so getting hands on new gear is going to be a questionable experience. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, do all that stuff, interact with me, you know, talk to me, fire some questions at me, and otherwise have fun, look after yourselves and be well. Thank you very much. Goodbye.